The Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid of Giza, located on the Giza Plateau in Egypt, is the only surviving wonder of the ancient world and one of the most iconic architectural achievements in human history. Built during the Fourth Dynasty of the Old Kingdom, around 25A to 2560 BCE, it served as the grand tomb of Pharaoh Khufu. This massive structure was part of a larger necropolis, which included two smaller pyramids for Khufu's queens, numerous mastaba tombs for nobles, and the Great Sphinx of Giza. Originally standing at 146.66 meters, 481 feet, the Great Pyramid was the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years, until the construction of cathedrals in the Middle Ages. Today, due to erosion and the loss of its original smooth limestone casing, its height has been reduced to 138.8 meters, 455 feet. The pyramid was meticulously constructed, using an estimated 2.3 million limestone blocks, each weighing between 2.5 and 15 tons, transported from nearby quarries. The internal structure of the pyramid is equally remarkable, featuring a complex network of passages, including the descending passage, the ascending passage, the grand gallery, and three main chambers: the king's chamber, the queen's chamber, and the subterranean chamber. The king's chamber, where Khufu's sarcophagus was placed, is made of red granite and is lined with perfectly cut stone blocks. The purpose of the so-called air shafts within the pyramid remains a mystery, with some theories suggesting they were aligned with specific stars or used for ventilation. Despite extensive studies, many aspects of the pyramid's construction techniques remain debated. Scholars and archaeologists theorize that skilled workers, rather than slaves, built the pyramid, possibly using ramps and advanced engineering methods that were revolutionary for their time. Even after more than 4,500 years, the Great Pyramid of Giza continues to captivate researchers, historians, and visitors from around the world. It stands as a testament to the ingenuity, ambition, and architectural brilliance of ancient Egypt, preserving the legacy of Pharaoh Khufu for eternity. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, believed to have been located in present-day Iraq, are one of the most fascinating and mysterious wonders of the ancient world. According to historical accounts, these lush, terraced gardens were constructed in the 6th century BCE by King Nebuchadnezzar II as a gift for his wife, Queen Amytis of Media. The queen, who came from a mountainous region, is said to have longed for the greenery of her homeland, prompting Nebuchadnezzar to commission this extraordinary garden to recreate the natural beauty she missed. The gardens were described as an architectural marvel, featuring multi-level terraces filled with a variety of exotic trees, flowering plants, and cascading waterfalls. Ancient historians, including Strabo and Philo of Byzantium, depicted the gardens as being supported by massive stone columns and an advanced irrigation system that lifted water from the Euphrates River to nourish the vegetation. This complex engineering feat would have required sophisticated technology, such as chain pumps or screw-like devices to transport water to the upper terraces. Despite their legendary status, no definitive archaeological evidence has been found to confirm the existence or exact location of the Hanging Gardens. Ancient Greek and Roman writers documented their splendor centuries after they were supposedly built, leading some scholars to question whether they were real or merely a mythological creation. Some theories suggest that the gardens may have actually been located in Nineveh, the capital of the Assyrian Empire, rather than in Babylon. Whether historical reality or legend, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon remain an enduring symbol of ancient ingenuity, luxury, and the power of human imagination. They continue to inspire historians, archaeologists, and dreamers, representing one of the greatest mysteries of antiquity. The Statue of Zeus at Olympia. The statue of Zeus at Olympia, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, was a colossal masterpiece dedicated to Zeus, the king of the Greek gods. Standing approximately 12 meters 39 feet tall, the statue was created in the 5th century BCE by the renowned Athenian sculptor Phidias, who was also responsible for the magnificent statue of Athena in the Parthenon. The statue was housed within the Temple of Zeus in Olympia, the site of the ancient Olympic Games, and served as a powerful symbol of divine majesty and Greek religious devotion. The statue depicted Zeus seated on an elaborately designed throne, exuding an aura of power and serenity. His figure was adorned with gold and ivory, a sculpting technique known as chryselephantine, which gave the statue a radiant and lifelike appearance. In his right hand, Zeus held a small statue of Nike, the goddess of victory, symbolizing his supreme authority. In his left hand he held a scepter topped with an eagle, representing his dominion over the skies. The throne itself was an artistic marvel, decorated with intricate carvings, precious stones, and mythological scenes depicting gods and legendary heroes. The Temple of Zeus, where the statue was placed, was one of the largest and most important religious structures in ancient Greece. Pilgrims from across the Greek world traveled to Olympia to witness the grandeur of Zeus's image and pay tribute to the mighty god. Despite its fame, the statue of Zeus was eventually lost to history. Some accounts suggest that it was transported to Constantinople in the 4th century CE, where it was destroyed in a fire. Others believe it may have perished along with the temple when it was damaged by earthquakes and later dismantled in the 5th century CE. Although the statue no longer exists, its legacy endures through ancient descriptions, artistic representations, and historical records. The statue of Zeus at Olympia remains a testament to the artistic brilliance of Phidias and the deep cultural and religious significance of Zeus in ancient Greek civilization. The Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. The Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, located in present-day Turkey, was one of the most magnificent structures of the ancient world and was dedicated to Artemis, the Greek goddess of the hunt, the wilderness, and fertility. It was considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world due to its grandeur and architectural brilliance. The temple was originally built in the 6th century BCE under the patronage of King Colossus of Lydia. Designed by the Greek architect Chersiphron and his son Metagenes, it was an architectural marvel, measuring approximately 137 meters, 450 feet, long, 69 meters 225 feet wide, and supported by 127 towering Ionic columns, each about 18 meters 60 feet high. It was one of the largest temples of the ancient world, far surpassing even the Parthenon in size. The temple was not only a religious sanctuary but also served as a major cultural and commercial hub in Ephesus, attracting pilgrims, traders, and worshippers from across the Mediterranean. The Temple of Artemis suffered multiple destructions throughout its history. In 356 BCE, a man named Herostratus set fire to the temple in an attempt to achieve eternal fame. Coincidentally, this happened on the same night that Alexander the Great was born. The temple was later rebuilt with even greater splendor. In 262 CE, the temple was severely damaged during a Gothic invasion, where it was looted and partially destroyed. In the 5th century CE, with the rise of Christianity, the temple was completely abandoned and eventually dismantled by Christian leaders who repurposed its stones for other buildings, including churches. Today, only a few scattered ruins remain of the once glorious Temple of Artemis. Excavations have revealed fragments of columns and foundations, offering a glimpse into the temple's former grandeur. Despite its destruction, the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus continues to be remembered as a masterpiece of ancient architecture and a testament to the artistic and religious achievements of classical antiquity. The Mausoleum at Halicarnassus. The Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, located in present-day Bodrum, Turkey, was an enormous and architecturally sophisticated tomb built in the 4th century BCE to honor King Mausolus, the ruler of Caria, a satrapy of the Persian Empire. This grand structure was so remarkable that it gave rise to the modern term mausoleum, which is now used to describe large and elaborate tombs. After King Mausolus died in 353 BCE, his wife and sister, Artemisia II, commissioned the construction of the mausoleum to serve as both his burial site and a lasting monument to his rule. The tomb was designed by the Greek architects Satyros and Pythias of Priene and combined elements of Greek, Egyptian, and Lycian architecture, making it one of the most unique structures of the ancient world. The mausoleum stood approximately 45 meters, 148 feet tall, and was built on a massive rectangular platform. It consisted of 4 main sections, a large stone base, serving as the foundation. a colonnade of Ionic columns which surrounded the central chamber, a stepped pyramid adding height and grandeur to the structure, a magnificent statue of Mausoleum and Artemisia riding a chariot placed at the very top. The exterior was adorned with intricate sculptures and friezes crafted by renowned Greek sculptors Scopas, Bryaxis, Leochares, and Timotheus. These artworks depicted mythological battles and legendary figures, enhancing the monument's artistic and cultural significance. For centuries, the mausoleum at Halicarnassus stood as a symbol of power and architectural brilliance. However, between the 12th and 15th centuries CE, a series of earthquakes gradually led to its collapse. By the 15th century, the remaining stones were repurposed by the Knights of St. John to construct Bodrum Castle, incorporating fragments of the mausoleum into their fortress walls. Today, only a few ruins and scattered sculptures remain at the original site, though some artifacts, including friezes and statues, are preserved in the British Museum in London. Despite its destruction, the mausoleum at Halicarnassus continues to be remembered as one of the greatest architectural achievements of the ancient world, and the inspiration behind monumental tombs across different cultures. The Colossus of Rhodes. The Colossus of Rhodes, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, was a gigantic bronze statue dedicated to Helios, the Greek sun god. Standing at an impressive height of approximately 33 meters, 108 feet, it was one of the tallest statues of the ancient world. Constructed in 280 BCE, this magnificent monument was a symbol of victory, strength, and unity for the people of Rhodes, a powerful island city-state in ancient Greece. The Colossus was built to commemorate Rhodes' successful defense against a prolonged siege by the forces of Demetrius Poliorcetes, a Macedonian general, in 305 BCE. To celebrate their victory, the Rhodians decided to erect a grand statue of their patron deity Helios, using the abandoned weapons and siege engines left behind by the enemy. The renowned Greek sculptor Chares of Lindos was commissioned to design and construct the statue. According to historical accounts, the Colossus was made primarily of bronze plates attached to an iron and stone framework, similar to modern engineering techniques. It was erected on a large marble pedestal near the harbor, though its exact location remains a subject of debate. Some theories suggest it may have stood astride the harbor entrance, but most historians now believe it was built on solid ground near the city. The Colossus of Rhodes stood for only 54 years before it was tragically destroyed by a massive earthquake in 226 BCE. The earthquake caused the statue to break at the knees, causing it to collapse and fall into ruins. Despite its destruction, the fallen remains of the statue were left untouched for nearly 800 years, as an oracle advised the Rhodians not to rebuild it. The massive fragments continued to be a source of awe for travelers who visited the island. In 653 CE, the remnants of the Colossus were allegedly melted down and sold by Arab invaders, who transported the metal to Syria. According to some accounts, the bronze was carried away on 900 camels, emphasizing the statue's immense size and material value. Although the Colossus no longer stands, its legend has endured through centuries. It remains one of the greatest symbols of Greek artistic and engineering achievement. Many modern statues, including the Statue of Liberty in New York, are said to be inspired by its grandeur. Today, efforts have been proposed to rebuild the Colossus of Rhodes as a tribute to ancient Greek heritage, though no definitive project has been undertaken. Regardless, the Colossus remains an enduring emblem of Rhodes' historical power and a fascinating wonder of the ancient world. The Lighthouse of Alexandria. The Lighthouse of Alexandria, also known as the Pharos of Alexandria, was one of the greatest engineering marvels of the ancient world and one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Built on the small island of Pharos, just off the coast of Alexandria, Egypt, it served as a navigational aid for sailors and a symbol of the city's prosperity. With an estimated height of 100 to 130 meters, 330 to 426 feet, it was among the tallest man-made structures of antiquity, second only to the Great Pyramid of Giza. Commissioned by Ptolemy Thirst Soter, the founder of the Ptolemaic kingdom, the lighthouse was constructed during the reign of his son, Ptolemy II Philadelphus, around 280 BCE. It was designed by the Greek architect Sostratus of Cnidus, who, according to legend, secretly carved his own name into the structure beneath a plastered inscription crediting Ptolemy. The lighthouse was built using large limestone and granite blocks, held together with molten lead to withstand the powerful waves and earthquakes common in the region. The structure had 3 tiers: a square base, housing storage rooms, living quarters, and a spiral ramp that allowed workers to transport fuel to the top; a cylindrical middle section containing a staircase leading to the upper levels; a smaller, circular tower at the top where a large open flame burned, reflecting sunlight during the day and illuminating the night sky. At the summit, a bronze mirror amplified the light from the fire, enabling it to be seen from distances of up to 50 kilometers, 30 miles, offshore. Some historical sources also suggest that a colossal statue, possibly of Zeus or Poseidon, stood at the very top, acting as a guardian of the harbor. For centuries, the pharaohs of Alexandria guided sailors safely into the bustling harbor, solidifying Alexandria's reputation as one of the Mediterranean's greatest trade centers. However, it suffered extensive damage from a series of earthquakes between the 10th and 14th centuries. The first major damage occurred in 956 CE, followed by another in 1303 CE, and a final devastating quake in 1323 CE. By the 14th century, much of the lighthouse had collapsed, and its remaining ruins were gradually repurposed for other structures. In 1480 CE, the Mamluk Sultan Kaikbay built the citadel of Kaikbay on the site using stones from the fallen lighthouse. Though no longer standing, the Lighthouse of Alexandria remains one of the most iconic monuments of the ancient world. Modern underwater archaeological discoveries near the Alexandria harbor have uncovered remnants believed to be from the lighthouse, further confirming its historical existence. The legacy of the lighthouse lives on through numerous depictions in art and literature. Today, efforts have been proposed to reconstruct the lighthouse as a tribute to its grandeur and its role in ancient maritime navigation. The Pharaohs of Alexandria continues to be a symbol of innovation, architectural excellence, and the enduring spirit of one of antiquity's greatest cities.